With many fitting rooms still closed due to COVID restrictions, how do you know if a garment is going to fit you when you can't try it on? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 shopping hacks to help you find the best possible fit and minimize returns as much as possible. This particular video was requested recently by someone in my Instagram DMs who had a terrible experience shopping for a swimsuit recently. The retailer wouldn't let her try the swimsuit on at the store, so she had to go back and forth 3 times until she found the correct fit. How frustrating is that? And while yes, the only true way to find if a garment actually fits you is by trying it on, there are things that you can do while at the store to help you pick as close to your correct size as possible so that you don't have to go back and forth 3 times. These tips will come in very handy if you like thrifting or if you like shopping at flea markets, either in your hometown or while you're traveling, or even if you're ever buying something that you know you can't possibly return. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that you can save it and you can find it easily again and again as many times as you need to. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Fernanda and I make videos to help you build a wardrobe that you love in terms of care, fit, style, and all that goes into it. So if you're into that, make sure to subscribe. You can do so by hitting the diamond over here and ring that bell so that you don't miss any uploads. Tip number 1, and this is a must. Know your measurements and make sure you bring a tape measurer with you whenever you go shopping. You want something like this, something that is going to bend very easily around your body and around the garment. This is the closest way you can get to knowing that a garment is going to fit you with certainty without trying it on, because you're not guessing for sizes. Essentially, you're just taking the known numbers and actually measuring number against number. In fact, I recommend that you measure yourself often, like once a quarter or something like that, and then you save your measurements on a note on your phone. You would be surprised how often you reference them. I know that I certainly reference mine all of the time whenever I'm shopping for anything new. And if you don't know how to do that, don't worry. I have a whole video about how to measure yourself at home, even if you don't have a tape measure and you only have a ruler. I will leave it linked for you in the cards above. Tip number 2 will come in very handy when you're considering getting an item that fits around your waist, whether it's a skirt or a pair of pants. So what you want to do is take a pair of pants that you already own and that you already like the fit of, that fits around your waist, and measure that around your neck. You will notice that it will come very close to both ends, just barely touching. If your pants are too big, they will overlap, and if it's too small, they won't quite meet. What you want to do is find the exact right fit around your neck. Now, this fits very well with most body types, but the reason why I recommend that you first measure against a pair of pants or a skirt that you already like is because that way you can compare something that actually fits you and the way that fits around your neck against anything else. So let me give you a couple of examples. I have 2 pairs of pants right here. One of them, this one, fits me perfectly. So I'm going to show you. Let me remove my hair. If I put it around my neck, the ends touch barely touch. So I know that this fits my waist perfectly. And this is a pair of pants that, like I said, I already own and I love the way they fit. Now, in contrast, I have this pair of jeans that I've had for a really long time that are now a little bit too tight of me because, you know, COVID weight changes. So let me show you how those fit. You can see that the ends of these barely touch and there's actually a little gap there, which tells me that these pants are a little too tight on me and that they will not be comfortable. So that way, if I'm gonna go shopping, I'm looking for something that fits around my neck as close to the black jeans as possible because I know those will fit me perfectly. So take a garment that you already like the fit of and measure it around your neck so that you get yourself an idea of what you're looking for when you're going out shopping next time. This trick will come in very handy, so make sure you keep it in your back pocket. Tip number 3 also relates to pants and will come in very handy on those times when you're doubting how high you want the rise to be. So the thing with mid, low rise, whatever, all of those things is that they change depending on the retailer, and they also change depending on whether you're shopping in the tall section, the regular section, or the petite section, and it can be a mess to try to figure it out. The easiest way to know if a pant is going to hit you where you want it to hit is to measure the inseam of a pair of pants that you already like write it down on your notes on your phone, and then compare that to whatever garment you're shopping for. So let's say if your favorite pair of pants has an inseam of like 11 inches, then you know that you're looking for inseams of 11 inches depending on whatever you're shopping for. And that way, if you come across something that is a little bit shorter or a little bit higher, at least you will have an idea of where that will hit your body if you were to try it on. Tip number 4 will come in very handy if you're trying to figure out where a shirt or a dress will hit on your body. So there's a couple of ways that you can do this. One, if you already have a garment where you like exactly where it hits you, you can measure that at home. Lay it on a flat surface and measure from the shoulder point all the way to where the garment ends, and write that measurement down, and then look for similar measurements wherever store you're shopping at. This works very well, like I said, for any dress or any shirt. Secondly, if you don't have an item that already hits you where you want it to hit, the other thing that you can do is measure your body. So let's say we're measuring for a crop top or something like that. You want to measure from your shoulder and hold the measuring tape right there, all the way down your torso, conforming your breast, because that will change where the garment fits until the point where you want the garment to hit. Take note of that measurement on your notes app or whatever it is, and then bring that shopping with you. And that way you can compare the tops when you're at the store, lay them flat as much as possible, and then measure from the shoulder to the end of the garment and compare the sizes. That way you'll know where that top will hit you. Tip number 5 will come in very handy if you're trying to figure out if a garment is going to fit around your torso and you're not so concerned about the length. This works really well with either dresses or shirts. So what you want to do is take a pit to pit measurement, and you do that by folding a garment. Here I have a top from my closet right at the pit so that you get a straight line like that. And you're going to measure this against your torso. Now, what I do want you to keep in mind is that you have to take a look at the size of the armhole, because if the armhole is very tight, where you are going to measure this around your torso will be a little bit higher. And if the armhole is very wide, then you're going to measure at a wider point across your bust. So take a look at the garment and see where, if you were to lay it flat against your body, where does that armhole would end? And that's the point where you want to put the measurement. Now, you're just going to fold it like so, and you're going to measure literally from pit to pit, putting it across your torso. You want to make sure that it fits perfectly, like just right at the midpoint below your armpit, and that way you know that it will actually fit you and will accommodate your breasts very well. If it's a little bit tight, better to pass off on it unless it's of a stretchy material, because stretch materials are made to essentially fit you very well and conform to your body. So if you're comfortable with that, go ahead and get something slightly smaller. If it fits perfectly, you know it'll fit you like a charm. And if it's a little bit bigger, perhaps size down, or the exception for this is dress shirts or materials that are very restrictive, like a lot of workwear is like this. In this case, it is better to go a little bit bigger, just so that you have some room to breathe and you're not super restricted when you're wearing the garment. And because this video was requested specifically due to a frustration with the swimsuit, I do have a bonus point for you. If you are going to be shopping for something that is like stretchy like that, a swimsuit, a bra, or even a pair of leggings, the easiest way to know if something is going to fit you is frankly to bring the old one that you already have that fits you perfectly. It goes without saying, but you have to make sure it is super clean and recently washed. And then you want to compare your old one to whatever it is at the store. Lay them flat and see how they relate to one another. If you're not comfortable bringing in your old garment to the store, the other thing that you can do is lay it flat on a large piece of paper and trace the garment. Make sure you note where it fits perfectly, where it's too tight, and where it's a little bit too loose. Because essentially you're creating a pattern that you can compare to the things at the store. It's not going to be as accurate as comparing the actual garment, but it will still give you a better idea than if you're comparing it against nothing. Now, keep in mind that with anything spandex or anything stretchy, it's always better to size down, because one, it expands and conforms to your body, but also it loses a little bit of its integrity over time. So chances are that your old garment was a little bit stretched out and you will be either in between sizes or it won't quite fit. So better to size down with those. Let me know what other hacks you have for knowing if clothing is going to fit you without trying it on. I feel like my moms out there are going to have a ton of them because I can't even imagine what it must be like shopping for kids' clothing and having kids try on a million different things. So if you have any of these, please leave them in the comment below so we can all take advantage of them. If you like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you don't particularly enjoy shopping and need a little bit of help making the experience significantly better, be sure to check out this video next. I promise it will help you out a lot. And I do want to let you know that there won't be a video next Thursday because I'm going on vacation, but I will be back and I will see you in 2 weeks' time, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that new upload. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you 2 weeks.